Hello, everybody. It's Craftin' Just Because with Chris Cowan. I hope everybody's having a lovely day. We are going to play with the Perennial Postage stamp set, but we are going to be using a different die set, and that die set is the Everyday Details dies. And technically you only need your mini cut and emboss machine, but I had this out because I was working on a different project, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. And we're going to be making a little tissue holder. So I'm going to pair that with some bubblegum pink, some of the Naturally Eclectic Designer Series paper, and some Calypso Coral ink. So first, what we want to do, I also have a piece of a scrap of very vanilla cardstock. We're going to die cut our image so we could stamp. I'm not seeing comments. Let me just get those going really quick. Sorry, guys. Okay. So we want our cutting plates. I just replaced mine. As you can see what dies I've been using. I've been using those deckled circle dies. Okay. So now we're going to die cut out our circle. And I can't remember if this does the inside. Oh, it does. Perfect. That's what I wanted. And now you could use that for a different project. Perfect. Okay. So let's get this machine out of our way. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot to turn my work phone off. Okay. So let's put the dies away. And then we're going to pull in our Perennial Postage stamp set, like I mentioned. And I was going to use just Big Hugs is all I was going to use. And then we'll also use some embellishments. I'm just grabbing those really quick. Oh. Well, I thought we still had... That's okay. We're going to use those anyway. Hopefully those are not retired. I'm hoping. We're also going to pull in some baker's twine. And... Okay. So let me show you where I was going with this. We're going to stamp Big Hugs. And I'm going to kind of come over to the right-hand side. Okay. And then for some reason, I thought we had other flower embellishments, but we're going to use these loose daisy embellishments. And I'm going to just pick up the white ones if I can, because I don't think that the let's do the yellow. I think it might go. For some reason, I thought I had purple ones, and that's what threw me off. Actually, before we do that, let me set that aside for just a minute. I'm going to thread some of my baker's twine onto a needlepoint needle. And I was going to put this through the holes. So I'm going to do one and then skip two. Okay. And then I'm just going to tie a bow. And then we'll put on our embellishments. And we'll let that dry while we make our cute little tissue holder. Okay. Okay. And then we're going to come in with our liquid glue, and I'm just going to, I'm going to put 3 dots of glue. And then I'm going to use my Take-A-Pick tool . Do I have my other one? Oh, there's one that's ready. This one doesn't seem to be ready. Okay. And I'm going to pick up my little yellow flowers. Just like so. Okay. And then we are going to let that dry while we create our box. Okay. So, first what we're going to need to do is bring in our paper trimmer and our bubblegum pink cardstock. Okay, and I am going to cut this at 7.5 by 6.5. So I'm going to go ahead and do 6.5 and then by 7.5. Okay, and on the 7.5 inch side, we want to score it at 1.5, at 2.5, at 4 3/4, and at 5 3/4. Okay, then we're going to rotate it 90 degrees to the 6.5 inch side, and we're going to score it at 1 inch. And at 5.5 inches. Okay, now before we do anything else with that, we need to cut some Designer Series paper, and we're using that naturally eclectic paper, and we need quite a few pieces here. So we want they're almost all 4 3/8. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece that is 4 3/8. And then we need one piece that's 2 1/8. One piece that's 1 5/8. One piece that's 1 3/8. Two pieces that are 7/8. So there's 1 and then 2. And then we're going to cut this down to 2 1/8. And we need two pieces that are 2 1/8 by 7/8. Okay, we are completely done with our cutting. So I'm going to get my trimmer out of the way. I'm going to get rid of my designer series paper so that it's not in our way. And we are going to focus back on to the bubblegum pink piece. And I want to fold and burnish all of our score lines. Okay, so if you notice, you have two 1-inch lines on the side. That's how you want to hold this. And you have a skinnier portion than down here. Yeah. And you want your bigger portion down here. You're going to cut off these two boxes. So you're going to follow the score lines, and you're going to do that on both sides. Okay. So you cut that one off. And we cut this one off. Okay. Now you're left with 3 sections on the side. We're going to focus just on that middle section, and we're going to cut it and wedge them. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut up the score line just like this, and then I'm going to wedge it. And I'll hold this down once I get it done, and you're going to do this on both sides. Okay, so that is what you are left with. Okay. Now we want to put our designer series paper on. So these pieces are going to go here, the small pieces. We have one that goes there. This one's going to go on the bottom. Okay, so just like this. And then so we're covering all but these 2 sections. So let's go ahead and add our designer series paper. I think what I might do is on the short pieces, I might flip those over like this. Just to give it a little bit of character. Okay. Did everybody have a great Thursday? Mine was pretty good. It's been a long day. I I have somebody out, so I didn't get very many, really a break today. But that's okay. Makes you strong, right? Makes you strong. Okay. So now, all we have to do is assemble our box. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my little tab down on this piece and hold that for just a minute. Put that back in place. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Hold that down. Okay. Now I'm going to put glue over this entire section, just like that, and I'm going to glue this up. And I'm just holding it together really quick because I'm using liquid multi-purpose glue. And it takes sometimes just a tiny bit to set. But as you've seen with some of my lives, sometimes I move my hand too quick and then I move the paper. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, and I like to run my bone folder over those areas that we just glued just to make sure it's nice and glued down. Okay, then we're going to put our little tissue into the box, and we have this, okay? So now what I want to do is I'm going to add a Velcro dot. Now you can use magnets. I just like to use these because I can get them at the Dollar Tree, and I make like stuff in quantity. So sometimes it's nice to get them cheaper when you can. And we're going to go ahead and fold that down onto the flap and push that down. And then I like to open it back up and then push on those. Make sure they're nice and pressed down. Okay. Then we're going to come in with our little tag. Actually, I should have gone smaller. This is pretty big. And I'm going to put glue just on half of the tag at the top. So just like that. And I'm going to just add that right there. And that is our project today, you guys. Nice and easy, but I think it's really cute. I think these would be cute for Mother's Day. Oh, I should have gone up a little bit with my tag so that it sits up. There we go. So that's our project. Thank you guys for joining me today. And until next time, my creative peeps, I will see you later. Have a great night. Bye-bye.